Good evening, good afternoon, good wherever you are in the world. I'm Kalari Cuddles, and today we're gonna do our coloring book challenge. I said that I was gonna use actual art supplies to do the coloring, which is still the plan. So I have my premium watercolor pencils, and instead of the water, I'm gonna go over them with my Arteza real brush pens. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, let's select the first page. I realize I have ibuprofen everywhere. We're literally just gonna do the actual first page, if I can open it. So, we got us a little pig ballerina. The only thing I hate about this particular set is when you open it up, since they're all like up underneath one another, actually I'm not gonna put that. Last time I put the thing inside the lid, it took me forever to get the lid off. So, I guess we'll start with, what color is the pig? Okay, so I got a bunch of pinks here, like a lot of pinks. So, and I think this is waxy. I don't know if I can actually color on this and see if it shows what the colors. Yeah, it's a little waxy. So I'm just going to take all of these pinks. This was 13. We'll take 13. We'll take this 15 here. We'll take these two hot pinks right here. If I can get them out. Oh, come out! And I guess for a little bit of shading, maybe this dark one here and that one. So let's take these out. Alright. So we're going to color the pig part now. Alright, I'm going to start off that really light pink. Man, I haven't colored in a coloring book in like ages. Alright, not a lot of pigments coming off on this, but then again, it is a very light pink. I plan to get that real pop of color when I use the Arteza brush, which I need to figure out how I'm going to do it on the parts that I actually want to keep pink, because the Arteza brush that I'm going to be using is like hot pink, and I ain't trying to make this whole pig hot pink. I guess I could use one of my real brush, one of my blenders, the water-based ones, the koi one. I could use that. I realize this is a lot of pink. I should be doing circular motions because this shit's gonna be streaky when I put the blender on it. Kalari Cuddles, you're doing bad coloring practices. I know. I know. Because I know I got a lot of stuff to cover. I gotta color the arms, the legs I'm gonna straight up put in tights. Alright, so color the ears. Very ambitious coloring a pig. All by hand too. You know what? This is fine if this one is streaky because, you know, I am going to go over it with multiple colors. Oh, I just colored outside of the line. For shame! You can't see it because the colors are light, but... coloring doesn't make it my whole death shape. I'm doing hybrid strokes here. I'm doing back and forth in circles near the end of the arms and near the, I guess, hoof. Put these colored pencils to the test! By the way, this is the challenge for the month of August. If you would like to join in, go grab yourself a coloring book, your best art supplies, and color this like a professional. And what I mean by professional is when most kids color in a coloring book, they color things just one shade. Like they would color it this light pink and then that would be the end of it. No, actually add shading, add depth, add different layers, different colors, like how you would do in an actual painting. Do that. Alright, so that's my base. Alright, I'm gonna take this, I guess more, I don't know how you would call this color. It's a very, it's what you would actually think of as pink. I think it's a very actual pink. Alright, I'm gonna start to build with this. I'm actually going to use circular motions here. These don't layer the best, but it could also be the paper. I've never did a side-by-side swatch with these on like actual watercolor paper. Maybe I should, because I'm thinking these aren't the best for layering. If you use one, they're not as pigmented as I thought they were going to be, which definitely sucks for what you spend on them. They're not overly expensive, but still, if you spend, you know, $30 on some watercolor pencils, they should be very pigmented. These are not as pigmented, but they're not the worst either. Alright, so with that, once I've finished, I'll put the color back in the actual container. Alright, we're going to take this more corally pink. Gonna make the snout that color. Gonna do some here on the head. A little here under the neck. And here where the line meets. Depth in the shade here. Alright, let's put that back in the box. We're gonna use that other pink color. This one's a little more light pink. So it's almost like the same pink that I used here, but a little bit lighter. And it does have a little bit of coral undertone in it. I'm just gonna go over where I did all that darker pink, or the true pink, to really give depth to that pink. Build it up. Build it up, break it down. I think I just quoted Torbjorn. Alright, and now for the shaded bits. I'm going to use these side by side, so I'm going to interchange between them. But this one's almost more of a purpley black. Not purpley black. I did not mean purpley black. A purpley pink. And then this is more of a red pink with a lot more red in it. So I'm going to use this for shading. This is going to buff out that said shade. So, like, I know there's going to be a shade here where the crown is. So I'm going to go right back over this with circular motions and into that red color too, because just in case it can't separate. What is underneath this? Alright, I'm going to put a little bit of the dark reddish pink here underneath the nose. Put a little bit here on the cheeks. Same with over here. I'm going to just go over where I've already started to shade and build with the coral. In circular motions. All the way down to her chin. Buff it out with the purpley pink. Same circular motions. Up into the crown, up underneath the neck. I'm just going to do this red color, this red pink. On the ears, I'm going to darken up here where it's actually behind the crown, or behind the point. Go up the top of the ear. Just do the tip here. I feel like that one's dark enough. Reiterate. Oh, I hit my mic. I didn't think it was possible to continue to hit it. I'm going to reiterate the shading that I have done here on the arm. But go up to the suit itself. And take this purpley pink and buff all that out. And we will start with that. So I need to find my pink Arteza. Because since I have everything now literally like this, everything is a big mess. But unfortunately it is very easy to find. It is pretty darn bright pink. Let me get a water brush pen. Do I not have one here at my desk? Woo! Could be problematic. I might have one. I do have a giant miscellaneous thing of all these other things. I would think that would have like one blending. I mean, I have this one. It's not the greatest one in the world. I figured I'd have one of my kois here. And I do. I was about to say, I'm like, I knew I had one, but I'll keep them both out. So this is my Arteza Real Brush pen. It swatches for highlighter pink. So it's going to be interesting trying to mute this out. So I'm going to see how this works. Yeah, it works a little bit. So we're going to do this a little bit at a time. So, go up here. You have to work with this while it's wet before it dries. I'm trying to do this as fast as possible. I literally made a line with the Arteza. And now I'm fanning it out with the Loft marker pen. This is actually made for colored pencils, like waxy colored pencils, because it's alcohol based. But I'm getting what I need out of it. Okay, I'm gonna do a little mark here. And one underneath the lip. and go right in real quick with this and buff it out. And I am buffing this out in circular motions. Alright, I'm going to try to do this a little thicker here. Alright, let's try and hurry up and buff this out. I don't mind this one area being really saturated. There is some patchiness there, but it's not super bad. I feel like I can fix this maybe with a Prismacolor. I just don't know which shade. That's pretty pink. Oh, the lid fell off! I think I'm needing a lighter. This might be the color, which is called Deco Peach. Yeah, this is what I want. Really giving me that softness I was wanting, and it's also breaking down the actual watercolor pencil there and blending together. I feel like I can go a little more heavy-handed with the watercolors because most of the pigment's coming from the marker. I'm going to lighten up this part of the face eventually. I can't do it right now because I don't have it right here with me, but I'm going to take a drop of acrylic ink and put it here. I probably will put it on my finger and dab it like this to lighten up this part of her face. Alright, so we're going to use this Deco Peach, my Arteza, and the Artist Loft colored pencil pen. And that's how we're going to do her pink bits. Alright, now we're going in with the Artist Loft. The Artist Loft blenders are not bad, it's just you end up needing one for every type of color you use. They bleed into the nib very badly and it's very hard to clean out. And by very hard to clean out, it's virtually impossible to clean it up. I'm sure maybe you can go buy another nib, but they also dry out pretty fast. They are cheaper. You could just go, you know, buy a bunch of the Prismacolor ones, which are great too, but they're a little more costly. Give that a second to dry. Go over this middle part with the Deco Peach. Alright. I guess for her nose, I could just go. For her nose, I'm literally just going to use this Deco Peach, go over it. Alright, now let's do up underneath her neck. I kind of don't want to buff out this one. Keep that harsh line there of the pink to indicate shade. But for this part, yes, we're going to buff that out. And it's really just buffing out the edge. Pretty, pretty piggy. I feel like I need more of these blenders. And for all extensive purposes, this part we're going to speed up so you can see the final look. Time to speed up.
Right when I wake up, feeling way too much, hoping I can work my way around. Know I made mistakes, promises I break, but I'm just a man. Living's more than enough. I'm for better when I never planned it. Don't wanna give it too much, 'cause whatever I give, more is taken. But I keep on living on a dream, right where I should be. Nothing could be better here and now. And even when it ends, another life begins. 'Cause I was just a man. Living's more than enough. I'm for better when I never planned it. Don't wanna give it too much, 'cause whatever I give, more is taken.
crazy on the background. I did it similar to how I do my Zentangle backgrounds, but I do think it turned out very, very nice. I will list, obviously, down below all the stuff that I used. And, yeah, if you want to see the high-res picture of this, which my camera is doing a really good job today capturing all the color, it will, of course, be on my Patreon, link down below. But other than that, I guess the only thing left I have to do is to sign it. So, let's get us a pen. It's not the right pen, this is a chisel pen. Let's get us a nice pen. We'll just use this micro pen. So, there we go. It is signed. I have done a piece of art even though I didn't draw it, but it's still art. Thanks for watching. Stay covered. See you in the next adventure.